Hey y'all, I'm back. I am Mama Berry, and I am here with the Energy of the Week reading for March 29th, 2026. This week I tapped into my go-to decks, so I pulled 4 cards from Tarot of Oneness, which is my favorite tarot deck, and that's by Robin Voicey. I pulled 2 cards from the Talisman Oracle, and that is by Nora Pascaliva. Then I pulled 1 clarifying card from the Cosmic Astrology Oracle deck. That's by Tanaz Chubb. And then, of course, Divination of the Ancients, also one of my favorites. And that is by Barbara Michael John Free and Flavia K. Peters. So, those are some of my go-to decks. I use them often when I do divination for myself, and that's what I used this week. From the tarot deck, from the Tarot of Oneness, I pulled 4 cards. And those are the cards that I used to anchor the message this week. All of the other cards I pulled were used to clarify. Okay? We had the 4 of Cups come out, and that is clarified by the card the South Node, which is the past. That's from the Cosmic Astrology Oracle. Then the Chariot came out, clarified by the card called Book Knowledge from Divination of the Ancients. Next we have the Awakening card, which in this tarot deck is the Judgment card. That's clarified by Eternal Charisma from the Talisman Oracle. And finally, we have the Spirit of Cups, which is the Queen of Cups, clarified by Let Go, also from the Talisman Oracle. So, our message begins with the imagery on the 4 of Cups. A lonely deer standing in the midst of dead winter foliage, looking for something, just looking. He's alone. The scene, it's covered by a blanket of black and white, and it carries a heaviness and a deep sadness that leaves us feeling like we are trapped in winter with no hope of coming out anytime soon, if ever. There is hope, though, in the upper corner. High above, a hand holds the blooms of spring, and color has come back to the heavens. There's life up there, and it looks beautifully abundant. The only thing is we need to look up to see it. But the deer, he's not looking up. He's just standing there, kind of forlorn, staring. Perhaps we are too. Perhaps we feel disconnected from the abundance flowing in, unable to see it for the destruction around us. Perhaps we're letting ourselves sit in confusion and doubt, mourning the death of all we know and not allowing ourselves to see what needs to come next. Perhaps we are ignoring the hand that is lovingly holding a gift out to us. The South Node helps us understand why we might be looking in the wrong direction. It represents a karmic point. It's a highly charged point. It is one that calls out to us with all the comfort that familiarity brings with it. That South Node is everywhere we have been and all that we have learned in the past. It's a point of mastery. And because we know exactly what we're doing when we approach life through the lens of the South Node, we cling to it desperately. We want to keep living life exactly that way. We want to show the world what we know, what we've learned, and what we're good at. The thing is, that life, it's gone. It's in the past. So even though it feels comfortable and we want to hold on to it for dear life, we are being asked to look in the opposite direction, to look north and master a whole new set of skills. Those things we are being asked to develop feel unfamiliar and scary, but that's where we will find success. That's where the answer is. We just have to have the courage to look up. And we don't have to completely let go of the South Node. We carry within us all that we need, part of which is all that we have learned as we mastered those lessons from prior lives. We can tap into that wisdom so that we can avoid past mistakes and make better decisions as we work through the discomfort of unfamiliar surroundings. In this wintry scene, what are you surrounded by that is crumbling? What has come to an end? What have we mastered that we need to release? What lessons do we carry that will help us move forward through the uncertainty? Do you have the courage to look up through the destruction? Because the gift being offered to us by the divine might be the very destruction we are trying to ignore. It might be that the thing tearing our whole world apart right now, it's exactly the gift we need in order to elevate, to co-create, to rebuild. As I unraveled this message, I felt the tug of the familiar here, the tug of deja vu. I swear it felt like I had written all of this before, so I looked back through the last few energy readings, and there it was, the Four of Cups. It revealed itself to us 2 weeks ago, only then it was paired with the message of letting go of fear, directing our emotions with intent and clarity, and knowing that the intelligence is within us, knowing that we have all that we need, knowing that we carry a wisdom inside that we can use to figure out what we have to do, to figure out what our next step is, knowing that it's time to use it. When the divine sends messages to us, I do not believe that any human being is fully able to remove their own ego from that message. And I think that's the beauty of it, and the horror. It's beautiful when we let the divine shape our understanding and share channeled messages from a place of certainty, strength, confidence, and truth. Divinity can use our ego to help craft a message that can only come through the unique makeup of our own mind. But when we let our ego take over the message, when we write a story that relies more on our own limited understanding, we are hurting more than helping. So when I find myself pulling the same cards and hearing a message on repeat, I always take a step back to make sure this isn't just my ego trying to convince myself and the world around me that what lives in my own mind is the only truth. What I found, though, is usually the part of the message that repeats is the most important part to master or to hear. It keeps coming through until we acknowledge it and do something with it. Even if it's just setting it aside as a truth we need to take some time and sit with to integrate. This repeat message is no different. The last time the Four of Cups came up, though, it was about our emotions and the wisdom that we carry within. This time, it's about the dangers of holding on to the past and also the wisdom we carry within. This is neither a mistake nor the ego. This is the universe telling us that whatever we are going through collectively right now might be hard, and it might feel like we are being asked to do an impossible thing. A thing we don't believe we even have the capacity to do. But also, we have to do it anyway. As long as we stop looking backwards and clinging to what has already passed, we already have everything we need to get the job done. We might wonder here, what is it that we already know? What is it we carry that is the key to forward momentum? And the answer comes with the Chariot and the Book of Knowledge. So here, our chariot is being pulled forward with the joy, speed, and excitement of dolphins. Dolphins are beautiful creatures, intelligent. They are born with a smile. They live their lives with a fullness of energy that brings humans joy just to watch. They're connected to the universe with a type of energy that makes you feel they carry a wisdom that allows them to see inside of your very soul. And with all that implies, they still allow a smile to lead the way, letting that joy fuel powerful forward momentum. With no reins tethering the chariot to our dolphins, though, how are they moving through the waters with such speed? How do they even know where they want to go with seemingly nothing pointing them in the right direction? The answer is simple. The Merkaba, a 6-pointed star representing the marriage of spirit, body, and light, is emblazoned upon the chariot. This is their anchor. This is their tether. This is their connection to the divine. They need no physical reins because they have control of their mind and use it to direct their will. They align with spirit and let it inform them. They trust that connection, and then they move. The Book of Knowledge supports their movement by telling them they are right no matter what. They know what they know, and even if others haven't caught up to them yet, they can move forward with strength and confidence in their convictions because they are connected to the divine and there is no reason to doubt that connection. In other words, they already carry all that they need inside. Awakening, eternal charisma. These are our next cards. Awakening is this tarot deck's interpretation of the Judgment card. And in short, it tells us again that we are connected and that this connection brings a deep knowing that comes from the wisdom of past life lessons. These lessons came through hard work and they were sometimes painful, but the wisdom we gained is eternal. It's invaluable. And we need to let go of any residual pain so that we can tap into the knowledge that flows through that connection to the past. Our inner knowing, though, it's not just for us. Just like we look at the dolphin and admire the intelligence, empathy, and joy behind their smile, others look to you and can see the wisdom you carry emanating from within. Let yourself be seen. Do the work you came here to do because you have so much to offer the world. And as you work, the right people will be attracted to your charisma. The Queen of Cups helps us understand what we add to the strength of our connection to the divine. Isn't that a beautiful card? She helps us understand what our human souls carry: empathy, intuition, a deep connection to our emotions that allows us to lead with our hearts and guide self and others. This is how we remain connected to spirit, through our hearts. Let it lead us. Let it guide us. Let it hold space for others. Know that as a queen who has mastered her emotions and lets compassion lead, you can trust your heart to help you move quickly and adapt as we transition into a new season of warmth and abundance. She's also a reminder that there has been or will be success in our efforts to control the fear we were asked to acknowledge and release 2 weeks ago. She stands as a reminder of emotional control and grounded stability. She stands in the gap between fear and courage, offering a bridge to keep moving forward. Finally, we are reminded to let go. We are reminded that control is an illusion. We are reminded that inside of that connection to spirit, we are safe. We can be vulnerable. And in that vulnerability, we find that we are finally able to look up, see the gift, and receive it. And that is the message this week, with a little bit of deja vu. Maybe more than a little bit of deja vu. Hold on to the wisdoms from the lessons of the past because we carry that with us eternally. But let go of the past itself and the pain that came with it. Allow new lessons to blossom in your life as wisdom and the connection to spirit pulls us with speed into the future. Move with confidence and clarity, and as others are drawn to your inner knowing and charisma, let that confidence carry them with you, because there's no doubt that you are heading in the right direction, and you head there on a foundation of emotional control and grounded stability. Your connection to the divine holds you, guides you, and keeps you, and you are safe. Let go. Look up. Do what you came here to do. All the love, peoples. All the love.